Good to see you guys. Welcome back. It's Tuesday, April 22nd today. Shirley's back with us. She had a busy week in Juneau, working hard. And we got today and this Thursday of class, and then our final class will be next Tuesday, April 29th. For today, we're gonna do our warm up. And then actually, we're going to talk about hunting phrases. So last week we talked about seal and seal hunting. We'll review those today and then also look at the phrase book Lingit for some hunting phrases about deer as well. So just to get us warmed up and started, let's review our vocabulary. The first one is seal and it's tsa. So if you feel comfortable, you can unmute your mics or you can stay muted, but just repeat after me. Tsa. Mhm. Next one, it's for achaw. And welcome, Ani. I haven't met you before, but I'm glad you're here. Last week we had a new student too, Rabia, my friend Rabia, and I'm glad you're joining us. So achaw. It's tail flippers, agine, agine. Actually, if you guys feel comfortable, you should unmute so I can see if I'm teaching you right. Don't be shy.
My students are still here, so we can practice together.
Okay. Seal meat, tsadli.
Sadly.
Good. Again, tsadli.
Sadly.
And then remember what Shirley shared with me that I passed on to you guys is that seal are able to stay underwater for long periods of time. And they hold their breath for so long by storing oxygen in their meat. And they use the nutrient iron to do that. So when you look at seal meat, you see it's really nice and dark, and it's just nice iron-rich food, which in my family, we're borderline anemic. We tend to be low on iron. So seal meat is great for that.
And the fat.
And the fat as well. That's right. Okay, let's run through them again. First one, saw,
Saw.
achaw, agine,
Again.
tsadli.
Sadly.
Good. Tsa,
Saw.
achaw.
Achaw.
Good. You sound good. Agine.
Again.
Mhm. Tsadli.
Sadly.
Good job. So last week we talked about hunting seal, and for today I put together a dialogue using those phrases.
Uh,
If
uh,
uh-huh.
okay. Um, the first letter in the name of a seal is not an S, it's a TS. So in this language, it's best to say all the letters. So it's cha. So
Uh,
cha. It's the
ta.
that not an easy letter. It's You have to get that T in there.
Gunalchish. So let's practice those again. Seal tsa. And seal meet tsadli.
Oddly.
How'd we sound that time, Shirley?
Sounds better.
Gunalchish. For hunting seal, I got pictures from my friend Jeremiah James. Lingit Koch Uduasag. Leit Jeremiah James Uduasag. Kalliach Juan City. Yak Dach. Jeremiah James' Tlingit name is Koch, and he belongs to the Kalliach Kwan, and he's from Yakutat and lives in Yakutat. Yakutat Yeyati lives in Yakutat. Cultural reminder we talked about. It was never announced what you were going to do if you had plans to go hunting. And we don't talk about future plans to go hunting. So the phrases we're going to practice are about that somebody went already. And so this is a dialogue. Where is Koch? He went hunting. What did he shoot? He shot a seal. We'll eat seal meat tonight. And then I'll invite my older brother and his wife. So let's practice them one line at a time. This first line, repeat after me. Gusu Koch.
Goosey
Good
Koch.
God.
That's where is Koch. Next one, he went hunting. Atlunowe wukuch.
Atlunawe Wukuch.
This first word is hunting. Atlun. The
Atlun.
atlun. This last word, wukuch, means he went, and it's like by boat or by car, by vehicle. Wukuch. So let's practice just this word, wukuch.
Wukuch.
Good. And the first word, atlun.
Atlun.
Shirley, how do we sound so far?
Sounds good.
Okay.
At
So
is uh, non-descriptive. You don't say uh, he's going to hunt or he's going to hunt. You're just saying he's going to shoot something.
okay.
I just want to point out that they're always real careful about what they say.
Oh,
You know.
awesome. So that's why this word is just in general atlun.
Atlun.
Yeah.
Atlun.
Uh,
Atlun.
uh,
Atlun. Atlun.
so
But
the whole
it's
uh,
just a T at AT at.
at gunalchish.
Yeah.
Atlun. So the whole phrase atlun awewukuch.
Atlun. Away Wukuch.
And the next line, what did he shoot? Da sawa awa un.
Da Sawa Awa Un.
He shot a seal. Ta awa un.
Da Awa Un.
And then we'll eat seal meat tonight. Let's practice the whole phrase and then we'll break it down by word. So the whole phrase goes like this. Yachana tzadli gachtucha. You want to give that a try?
Yachana tsa tleye gach tu ucha.
Uh, so let's break it down by word. This last word, gachtucha, means we will eat it. Let's practice that. Gachtucha.
Tucha.
Mhm. And then what you're going to eat goes before that. Tsadliye.
Adliye.
So starting with tsa, tsadliye, gachtucha.
Sadliye gach tucha.
Good. These first two words, yachana, mean this evening. So let's practice those. Yachana.
Yachana.
Mm-hmm. Tsadliye,
Sadliye.
gachtucha.
Tucha.
Good. And two parts. Yach, yachana.
Yachana.
Tsadliye, gachtucha.
Sadliye. Tucha.
Good. And then one more time, the whole thing. Yachana, tsadliye, gachtucha.
Yachana. Sadliye. Tucha.
Good. We'll eat seal meat tonight. And then since we mentioned it in front of our conversation partner, they're invited. And they say, I'll invite my older brother and his wife. So this first two words, repeat after me. Achunch.
Achun.
Mm-hmm. Achunch is the way that a man says my older brother. So if you're a man, the word will change whether you're talking about your older brother or your younger brother. For a woman, if it's a woman talking, your brother, regardless of their age compared to you, is this phrase. Repeat after me. Ach ik.
Ach
Ach.
Yeah. So it looks like you two would say use this one, same as me. Repeat after me. Ach ik kadushat.
ach I kadusha.
Mm-hmm. That's my brother and his wife. And then I'll invite them to Yeqa'iq.
Uye kui.
Mm-hmm. Again, to Yeqa'iq.
Suye. Kwa. Ich.
Good. And you have a couple K's here, kakwa, and that's for the future. I will do it. I will invite him or them. And what helps me is just thinking about that first K. Just say it after the ye, yake, and then kwaik. So let's try it one more time. Tsuyik kwaik.
Suye.
Uye
Kwa.
kwaki.
Mm,
Good.
Kanalchish. So let's practice these. You guys want to practice this as a dialogue? All right, see head nods. Uh, I'll be person A. Um, I'll take you through them one more time and then I'll be person A and you be B. So again, repeat after me. Gusukach
Usukach.
at tunawewukuch
Atun. Awe. Woku.
da sawa awa un
Da. Sawa. Awa. Un.
good. Tsa awa un
Sa. Awa. Un.
ya chana tsadli gach tucha
Yachana Satleye Gachtuha
Good. Ach ik kadushat tsuyek kwa ik.
Ach ich Kadushat zu Yek Kwa ich.
Good.
Yeah.
So when uh-huh.
Yeah, that's good.
Good. So when you guys are person B, these two sentences go together. Just one person is thinking two thought or saying two sentences. So after you say tsa awa un, you can go right into yacha natzadli yikach tucha. So I'll be A and you guys be B. Gusu kach.
At
At
Awawukuk.
Dasawa awa un.
Ah,
Sa Awa
Awa.
Ya
Yachana.
Satleye
Sadle. Gachtu. Ra.
Ach ik kadushat tsuyek kwa ik. Job. And don't be shy if you guys are talking over each other. I can hear you all, so don't worry about it. And let's switch roles now. You guys be person A. Ready, go.
Gusukach.
Kach
Atlu nawawukur.
Das
Wa
Wa
Awan.
Awa Un
Tsa awa un. Yachana tsadli yirach tucha.
Ach
Ach ik Kadushat Tsuyek.
Chat zu
Ik.
Yek Kwa ich.
Good. Do you guys have any questions on those? See some head shakes. I think you sound good. Shirley, you think we sound okay?
Sounded good.
Buenas noches. And then again, Derek, you would say this one, my older brother, achun. That's how a man says my older brother, achun.
Achung.
Ah, good. So let's practice this one. Achun kadushat
Achung kadushat.
tsuyik kwaig.
Suye kwaig.
Good job. We have more hunting phrases since we're talking about hunting. These are from the phrase book Lingit Class. And we're going to switch over from talking about seal. Now we're going to talk about someone who's hunting deer. And these are phrases. We'll just do a couple at a time. My father shot a deer. These first two words mean my father. Repeat after me. Ach ish.
Ach
Ach
ish.
ich
And deer. Khan.
Kuakan
Kuakan.
And then he shot it. Awa un.
Awan.
Awaun.
Good job. Ach ish Khan awa un.
Ach
Ach
ik
Ish.
kuakan awaun.
Good. Next one. My uncle shot two deer. This first word is my uncle. Ach sunny.
Ach sani.
Honey.
Ach Sani
And then two deer. Deich Khan.
Der
Deg kuakan
And then he shot awa un.
Awa Un
awaun.
Good. The whole phrase. Ach sunny. Deich Khan awa un.
Ach
Ach sani. Deg kuakan awaun.
Awa Un
Good.
You know which uncle is that funny?
Is it your dad's brother?
Yeah,
Okay. And if it's your mom's brother, I forget.
cock.
Oh, ugh, cock. Gwanalchish. Make a note so we can see it written.
That's interesting because in Marathi, which is a language in Maharashtra, India, I think Kaka is uncle on the mother's side.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just fascinated by language overlaps.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because we're very distinctive in who we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Too. Yeah.
do our uncles have different roles in our lives if they're on the mom side or dad side, Shirley?
Yeah. They play different roles.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. So let's practice these two again. My father shot a deer. Ach ish guakan awa un.
Ach,
Ach ish gwakan
Ruakan.
awa un.
And my uncle, my paternal uncle, shot two deer. Ach sunny dich guakan awa un.
Ach,
Ach
Sunny,
ani dech
yes,
gwakan awa un.
Awa Un.
Good job. Here's a question. Did you go hunting? At unge gut.
Ach un geyigut.
I went hunting. At un gut.
Ach un chwagut.
Gut.
And then that's if you're talking to one person. If you're talking to multiple people, you don't say ye gut, you say ye at. So let's practice this word, ye at.
Yiyat.
Yeah, so the word for walking is different for one person compared to multiple people walking. So let's say, did you, plural people, go hunting? At unge at.
Ach, what gay art.
Good. And then we went hunting at Wutua at.
Atlun with
Un wutu at.
To art.
Good. My father went hunting. Ach ish atlun wugut.
Ach ish ach un wugut.
Gut.
Good job. We went hunting together. Wush in atlun wutua at.
Wush in athun wutu at.
Good.
Make sure you sound that T after at. You're not saying what you're hunting because you can't say that, but or we've gone hunting and you're not revealing what you're hunting. So you say at instead of naming what you're hunting.
Banachish. So I'm going to type these in with the T. Ach ish atlun wugut. Ach ish atlun wugut.
is it at un or at un?
Shirley, can we hear you say that sentence? My father went hunting. Ach ish atlun wugut.
Ah, yeah, that's your father went hunting.
Mm.
But you're not saying what he went hunting for, you to say.
Okay. So it sounds like at tun.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
I
At,
was wondering that too, because on the other slide, I thought I just saw without the T, but
Mm.
maybe.
Yeah, these are screenshots I took from Lingit Class, and they just spell it A pinched L, high tone double O in. But Shirley's telling us to make sure we pronounce that T. So that's why I'm altering how we're saying it, because to me, when you learn from an elder, it always trumps what you see in a book. So let's do this one together. We want whoosh in at thun wutua at. We went hunting together. So let's practice this one as well. The second one, whoosh in. So these first two words mean together. Let's practice those. Whoosh in.
Whoosh in.
And then at thun.
At thun.
And then we went wutua at.
Wutua at.
Yeah. So the whole sentence, whoosh in at thun wutua at.
Whoosh in at thun wutua at.
Good. And the top one, my father went hunting. Ach ish at thun wugut.
Ach
Ach,
ish
ich
at
at
thun wugut.
gut.
Good. And so again, another reminder, this word wugut, he went walking, one person. Wutuaat. We multiple people went walking. So gut or at. What did he shoot? Da sawa awa un.
Da sowe awa un.
He shot a deer. Gua kan awa un.
Guakan awa un.
Yeah. And it could be he or she. In Tlingit, the third person singular is not gender specific. It's just a singular they. So that's why in the left it says she or he shot a deer. And then what did you shoot? Da sawa iya un.
Da sowe ia un.
I shot a deer. Gua kan hua un.
Kan
Guakan ach un. Qua.
Good. Again. Gua kan hua un.
Guakan qua un.
Good. And then these are where I got the phrases from our dialogue. We'll eat deer meat tonight. Instead of tsa for seal meat, now we're saying kan deer meat. So let's practice this one. Yachana kan gach tucha.
Yachina guakan tlei gach tucha.
Good. And I'll invite my older brother. This is if it's a male speaking. Hun tuyik.
Hun suye kwaig.
Good job. Let's do those one more time. The top one. Yachana goa kandli gach tucha.
Yachana guakan tlei gach tucha.
And I'll invite my older brother. Hun tuyik kwaig.
Ahkunch suye waig.
Job.
Quick question. Are we
Yeah.
supposed to hit that double K twice?
Yeah. This one, I'll go since the first K is at the top of your mouth, and then the second K right after it is like more back of the throat, the underlying K. I usually will say yik, and I'll kind of pronounce that first K following yik, and then I'll say kwaik. And that just helps me to be able to pronounce both the Ks back to back. So let's practice starting with t. Repeat after me. Tsuyik kwaik.
Suyek,
Suye waig.
Good. Again. Tsuyik kwaik.
suyek,
Suye
Ik.
waig.
Good. And the whole phrase. Ahun tsuyik kwaik.
ach,
Ahkunch suye
suyek,
waig.
waish.
Good. Good question. Are there any more questions on these? We went through quite a few phrases, so don't be shy.
Are we supposed to put a pause slightly less than between words where there is a period?
Yeah, so where there's a period in the middle of a word, that's our glottal stop, and it's just the same as when you go like uh-oh. And it doesn't need to be a long pause. I'm doing it slow since I'm teaching. But if you say tsuyik kwaik, that's totally fine as long as you're stopping the air in your throat.
Ganashish.
Ah,
Yeah, pretty hard one.
yeah. That's a hard one to pronounce, and you guys did it really well.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
Good. Same thing with these. The shooting, awa-un, iya-un, hua-un. He shot, you shot, I shot. Let's do these one more time. What did he shoot? Da sawa awa-un,
Da soe
Asawa
awa
awa un.
huwa kan awa-un.
guakan
Suyek,
awa
Awa un.
Da sawa iya-un,
da,
Da
Da
soe
sawa
sa,
ia
un.
iun,
huwa kan hua-un.
guakwat,
guakan
waun.
Good. What about any of these other ones? Do you guys have questions before we have a discussion? Has anyone here been deer hunting before or gone hunting? You want to share about it?
Or hunting, anything.
Mm,
I've just been fishing.
nice.
My grandfather used to take us fishing, and now I have his and my grandmother's and my mother's fishing hats displayed at home. They're part of
Nice.
my family
Oh,
history.
cool.
Great.
And I've got his tackle box still too, my grandfather's.
Oh, awesome. So fun to have things like that in your family. I grew up fishing with my dad. He didn't bring me hunting until I was an adult, but my brothers always went hunting with him. But we would usually go hunting and fishing in the same trip since I grew up in Seward and you'd have to go by boat anyway. But yeah, we would go fish for halibut, salmon, and then anchor up and raft ashore and go look for deer or black bear.
I started hunting when I was 10. Seal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They gave me a gun, so I used to go hunting with my brother for seal.
Oh,
I've been hunting with my brother for deer, but we never got any while I was along.
yeah.
I may have been a problem because they probably didn't go as far as they wanted to because I was alone. I never saw a deer. And I was terrified of bears,
Mm.
but we used to hunt ducks together too.
Oh, wow. When you hunt for seal, is it hard to aim when you're on a boat?
Yeah, usually you're close enough. You can get pretty close, and and you had to be really careful you didn't shoot a mother seal because she might have a pup.
Is it easy to tell?
I couldn't, but if I get an okay sign from my dad or my brother.
Oh. And then if you shoot one, how do you get it before it sinks, or is that an issue?
Uh, yeah, you have to act fast because some of them do sink almost immediately. So we had gaff hooks.
Yeah, but you had to be pretty quick.
Yeah.
I've never been hunting for seal or sea otter, but I talked to hunters in Seldovia, and one thing they told me is for them, they could tell when it was about to dive. They said it would take a deep breath, and right before it jumps, that's when you shoot it. I think you would have to be really good.
Yeah, it was uh, we had a lot of access to guns when we were growing up, and at no time in my whole life they never said don't play with guns. They never said that. They said don't touch them. Don't
Yeah,
they said,
yeah,
ever do not touch. They didn't say don't play with it. That's kind of a playful thought, I think.
mm.
How kids, hey, that's something people play with.
Oh,
So uh, we were just told absolutely do not touch.
wow.
When the time came for me to have a gun, they just presented me and I had a few lessons in shooting.
Mm.
Otherwise, you never touch the gun.
That's so smart. I didn't think about that, but it's true. That's the way a child's brain works.
I know you're planting a seed of thought in a child's head. Don't play with guns. Uh, that's a playful thing to have. It's not, you know,
Mm.
absolutely. It was absolutely forbidden for us. So they just hung the rifles on the wall with easy access for us to get if we wanted to, but we never touched it.
That's so smart and so dangerous. When I did go deer hunting with my dad, if it's buck season, we always went straight to the top of the mountain because that's where my dad said you'd find bucks. And one time I was following close behind him. I didn't even have time to see it, but we were kind of fighting the blueberry brushes getting up and came up on the ridge, and I'm still kind of like, fixing myself and getting through the brush, and all of a sudden, bam! My dad saw a deer and just shot it from the hip, but he grew up hunting, so he lived in a time in the village when if you didn't get something, sometimes you would be hungry. And I was just amazed at his instincts. Boom! And I didn't even have time to see it. And then I just look up and see this buck roll down the hill.
Mm.
Yeah, that was very impressive. But then it rolled down the shale, and my older brother and I went with him, and he cleaned it right away, cleaned it good. And then he said, "Okay, you two bring this back up to the top of the ridge, and then down to the other side, because that's where we'll be closest to shore." And he said, "And then I'll go down and get the boat and drive around and meet you." And I looked at my brother after my dad left, and I was like, how are we going to get this thing up? Because it was a pretty big deer. And every time you take a step in that steep shale, you would just go back 3 steps. And my older brother's a veteran Marine, and he just goes, just one step at a time. I was very impressed with him.
Well, the boys in Southeast were taught to like you said, field dress the deer
Mm.
so that you didn't have to carry that extra. Then you break the legs and hang it together. So then it's like a backpack. Put your arms through, you carry it on your back. So
Oh,
even a young uh, lightweight guy can carry.
oh,
Uh,
wow.
uh,
There's a hunting like YouTube channel that actually has one of their hosts recently joined as Lingit, and she actually demonstrated that on a video.
Awesome.
you break the legs and weave it together so that it's like a backpack to carry
Wow.
back.
That's so smart. And then, like you said, my dad told me, okay, when Ben's hauling the deer, you're on bear watch. And so I carried my brother's rifle and mine, and I was like looking around. But we moved pretty quick, so we didn't run into any bears.
Rifles are heavy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. For hunting deer, the rifles are heavy.
Mm,
For a hunting shielded little gun that I had, that was easy to carry.
mm. Yeah, I carried a 30-06, and it was heavy for me.
Yeah, I did that once, and it was a lot more than I thought it was.
On one of the trips, my dad told us, my younger brother and I, just go, I think we just wanted to rest because we'd been walking through the woods, and I think my dad had some luck with the deer the day before. He said, just go up there and get me a core sample from the mine, because some of the islands in the Prince William Sound have, I think I don't know, remember if they're iron mines or ore, but we were on our way to do that and fighting the brush. And all of a sudden, I hear this noise, and this black bear comes over the ridge, and it stops in its tracks. Its eyes got real big. It looked just like a person surprised to see us. And I was in front, and my little brother drew his rifle real quick. He's all ready to shoot it, but he wanted me to learn. So he's like, go ahead, Anna, shoot it. Here I am fumbling with my rifle and trying to get it together. And that bear just stopped and turned sideways and then just walked slowly broadside to us, like 20 feet away, really slowly. So it slowed down and I shot it. And I remember being like, whoa, that was intense because it was right there. And then its sibling came a little bit after it was following it. And I think we were thinking they must have just woken up because they looked kind of like sleepy, maybe. But its brother came running after it, and my little brother just waved to it, and we didn't want to haul 2 bears down, so we waved at it, and he's like, "Hey, bear, go away!" And it just kind of looked at us and smelled around, like, "What did you do?" And then it just kept going. But to me, that was a good thing to learn because my dad said growing up, if you didn't get enough fish in the summer, sometimes you would be hungry and you would just need to go shoot the first thing you see. And sometimes it would be bear meat and that would get you through. So we ate it and I tanned the hide. So I learned a lot from that. That was good. My aunties in the village in Caltech say that women should not touch bear until you're all done having kids. Otherwise, they say you'll have mean kids.
Yeah, they used to say to us, young girls don't touch bear fur
Oh,
because
wow.
when you get older, then you have the shakes.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
wow. Dang. Anybody else have hunting stories or things you learned or heard that you want to share?
Any,
Um,
anybody hunt caribou here?
Mm-mm.
Uh, if you're living in an area where there's caribou, uh, I used to hear about some women from southeast that live in Anchorage that goes caribou hunting. It's pretty good meat.
Yeah, I do love caribou meat. Couple of you unmuted. What did you have to say?
um, ach ish awe janmu at un.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, he has he has really bad knees now from all that hiking and getting up so high on the cliffs and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's his favorite to that was his favorite when he was younger was to
They
hunt
still
jump.
have to run uphill.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
used to say they had to. They didn't just hunt; they just had to run to catch up to the goat,
Mm-hmm.
chase it.
That's a lot of hard work, a lot of hiking, huh?
A
Yeah,
lot of hiking. He would say that he would get so focused on it that he'd get up so high and on like a cliff he'd look down and he'd be like, how did I get up here? And
yeah,
then you realize that he was so focused.
yeah. You don't want to know how high you are.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, because you're not just hiking in hills and mountains, you're like up there in the cliffs, huh?
I was giving a talk about nutrition, and I mentioned that the milk source that we had was ended with mother's milk. That was all. That was all we got. So the lady in the audience said, "Why did you get milk from the goats, the mountain goats?" I said, "Oh, that's a good idea. Run up the mountain every morning to get some milk." That's still I'm getting milk.
With the heavy pack and a couple jugs.
Yeah,
I've been up to goat country a few times just hiking. I wasn't looking for animals, but they surprised me and yeah, that's steep territory.
All I was going to say is that one of my favorite music bands is called the Mountain Goats.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I've seen
and I
cool. Go ahead.
I have a photograph of a goat, just a farm goat that I took, and I took it to one of their concerts and had them sign it for me.
Oh, wow. Nice. I've seen some cool stuff made with goat horns, like spoons and stuff. Really neat. Oh, I'm glad you joined us, Ani. Your Lingit is so beautiful. Thank you for
Oh,
coming to class.
goodness, sheesh. Thanks for having it. This was really fun.
Good. Yeah, we're a fun group. I look forward to these classes. Some language, some discussion. Before we go, since we're at time, Shirley, did you have anything else you wanted to close with?
Uh, no, I hope that the things you learned about hunting, the attitude that the uh, family and adults had about guns, and the way they train the children, and also I hope that you learned that usually you don't talk about what you're hunting, what you're going hunting for. So
Sheesh. Awesome, you guys. Well, have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you here on Thursday, same time.
So yeah, ik was a team.
Ah,
Ik was
yekokoti.
a team.
Yeke.